Transformers Armada Demolisher. Probably the third in command of the Decepticons. At least I'm going by his personality in the show and how he spoke up to Megatron in most of the episodes he was in. Anyhow, he's a tank. Probably the only two tanks in the show was Megatron and Demolisher, as far as I'm concerned. Or at least from what I care. Anyhow, it's a nice tank. If I had to describe what kind of tank this is, I have absolutely no idea. I'd say that he kind of resembles one of those beatable tanks from Battle Tanks Global Assault that you can unlock. You know, one of those really small ones. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway, that's what he reminds me of. He has his little Minicon right here, which I will go ahead and pull out. This is Blackout. Very nice looking. I don't know what he is either. He's got this little radar scope that comes up. He can hunt for more Minicons, as he proved in the show. His cannons, obviously his arms in robot mode, can also fold up. Don't know why, they just do. You can also transform him like so. Very simple. Nice head sculpt from what he has. Little Minicon insignia. And overall posability on this little guy is pretty good. At the arms, at the legs, like so. And then of course his legs could also do the chicken walk, kinda. So that's it for this little guy. I'll transform him back and we can get back to his features in a moment. Let's take a look at Demolisher one more time. It is a very nice looking tank, and it kind of resembles the design from the show, but like I said, it was hand drawn, so it can't get fully into detail like CGI cartoons and such. Anyhow, there is supposed to be this little feature for his Minicon right here, as I had at the beginning of this video. You can peg him in like so. Like so. Like so. Like that. And there's this little button in the back where you can actually fire off Blackout. Unfortunately, like all my other Armada figures, he's broken. It does not work. Which is a terrible letdown, because I never really did mess with this figure anyhow. This was coming around the same time where I started becoming a collector rather than a player. I stopped playing with my figures around this time, so what a letdown. Still, overall the quality is still pretty good. I mean, there's no paint scuffs or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, it's not bad. He actually rolls, which is nice, just like Megatron. Oh, by the way, yeah, he rolls as well. So there you go. For features, the only thing that I can really say is that Blackout can actually sit in this little chair right here and take command of the turret, which is kind of cool. Another feature, obviously, they gotta be loaded with features. For the Minicon ports right here, you can plug in Blackout to Demolisher. You can, I think, push him back, and he should be able to. Okay, well, he didn't fire the missiles, but oh, there it goes. Yeah, you have to push back pretty hard. On this side, same thing as follows. A little Minicon port. You can plug him in, and you can't push it back. You can't push it forward. You can't even fire these missiles, which is kind of a letdown, but I can understand why that is. They're just for show, pretty much. You can just plug them in, and that's the end of that. And they'll stay in there nicely, so you don't have to worry about them going anywhere. Now, onto robot mode. Simple. Very simple. Just split this apart. Go ahead and flip out his head. Take this right here. Flip it back. What you want to do next is split apart his legs, obviously. Then you want to flip this back up. My bad. You were supposed to keep this up. Rotate this around. Then you're going to bring out his legs. You're going to fold up this compartment. Repeat the same process again. fold this back. Next, just fold this in. Then you're gonna rotate and position the arms like so. And there he is. Yeah, Demolisher in his robot mode. And you know what? I just realized I neglected the size comparisons. I was going to show that off. So, yeah, vehicle mode, there you go. Bludgeon. Honest mistake. I really forgot to show that off. So, you can let it slide for this one review. I mean, what? This is 1 out of almost 200 reviews that I miss one comparisons in vehicle mode. Whatever. Here's a robot mode comparison with Shadow Striker. Awesome. And now, to show you off his action feature for robot mode. Pretty much the same thing. And he obviously did this in the show as well. So that's his attack mode. You can plug in the Minicon if you want and fire off the missiles, but it's pretty much just the same thing for his vehicle mode. So let's go ahead and get to his articulation. Nothing at the head. Shoulders rotate around. He's double jointed kinda at the elbow, kinda, if you consider these two parts separate. No wrist rotation whatsoever. He's got upper rotation around his chest area. Legs pivot up and back, and they do go in and out, and they also bend at the knee. And if you want to consider this articulation as well, his feet pivot up and down. And it's not much, but you know what? It does the job. It's unlike some other figures from the Armada line, especially with Series 1. I mean, what a letdown. Most of those figures really did lack in articulation. As a matter of fact, he's one of the best articulated figures from Series 1 of Transformers Armada. Minus Red Alert, obviously, the most posable out of Series 1. But, like I said, he gets the job done. You know, the weirdest part about this figure is the fact he's got 2 thumbs. How does that work? I have absolutely no idea. But as you can see, there it is. 3 fingers, and yet 2 thumbs on both sides. Kind of weird, but you know what? They're supposed to be guns anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. So, I mean, it worked in the show model, I'm sure. It works with the figure overall. So he's a nice figure. I can try and give you a good look at that face sculpt, if I can get the camera to position. He's got like a targeting monocle on the right side of his eye. But you're not going to see all that detail in there, I'm sorry. So, can I actually recommend this figure? You know what? Like I said before with Megatron's review, which was the previous review, if you're into the Armada line, sure, go ahead. If you just want to collect a certain few Autobots and Decepticons, this is definitely one of them to get because, like I said, articulation may not be that great, but it really is one of the best out of the Series 1 of Transformers Armada figures. I really do like this figure. Plus, he also has a third mode, which I'm just going to show off anyhow, even though it's not on the instructions. For those who like to get creative and like, you know, met walkers and such, there you go. Demolisher has a GUR mode, or whatever it's called. Awesome. So yeah, that's it. I've got nothing else to say about this. I've dragged this review out as long as possible, so if you've got any questions or comments or any requested reviews you want me to do, just leave them down below and I will answer you as soon as I have time. So, until the next RedX review, that's me, RedX, signing out. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time.